Friends, I am Vijay Kumar, Deputy Secretary in the Government of India. With this talk, I am going to begin a series of 8 talks on general financial rules, which are popularly called GFRs. In my first talk, I will give a brief account of salient features of GFRs, including its background. GFRs are a compilation of rules and orders of Government of India to be followed by all while dealing with matters involving public finances. These rules and orders are treated as executive instructions to be observed by all departments and organizations under the government and specified bodies except otherwise provided for in these rules. GFRs were issued for the first time in 1947, bringing together in one place all existing orders and instructions pertaining to financial matters. These have subsequently been modified and issued as GFRs 1963 and GFRs 2005. Presently, GFRs 2017 is in operation, which is a thorough revision of GFRs 2005, and it seeks to address various aspects of financial discipline and budgetary control in government spending. This revised and improved version of compilation of financial rules of the central government contains a set of 324 rules, 12 appendices, and 26 forms. There were definite reasons for a comprehensive review of GFRs 2005. They had to be harmonized to meet many challenges posed by innovative changes introduced by government in the conduct of its business since mid-2014. Reforms in government budgeting like removal of distinction in non-plan and plan expenditure, merger of railway budget with general budget, focus on outcomes through an improved outcome budget document, all needed to be reflected in the GFRs. Increased focus on public finance management system, PFMS, reliance on the direct benefit transfer scheme, DBT, to ensure efficient public delivery of entitlements, introduction of new e-sites like Central Public Procurement Portal, CPPP, Government e-marketing portal, GEM, non-tax revenue portal also necessitated revision of the GFRs 2005 to keep them in tune with the changing business environment. From my 3 previous talks on delegation of financial power rules, a few essential points may be noted. First, the ultimate financial power vests in the Parliament. Second, All powers to incur expenditure out of the Consolidated Fund of India vest in the Ministry of Finance. Third, through the budget proposals, Ministry of Finance seeks approval of Parliament of funds to meet expenditure relating to government. Fourth, for this purpose, every year, budget which incorporates demands of all the ministries, departments, is presented before the Parliament. Fifth, only after the demands have been voted and the necessary appropriation act passed by Parliament, the amounts so authorized become available to ministries, departments to incur expenditure. Sixth, the ministries, departments further distribute the sanctioned funds where necessary among the controlling and disbursing officers subordinate to them. Seventh, the structure of governance in India and the area of governance are so vast that it becomes necessary to delegate financial powers to various ministries, departments of Government of India other than the Ministry of Finance. Eighth, the delegation of financial powers rules and general financial rules are tools of public exchequer control. Ninth, the mandate of delegation of financial power rules is a limited mandate and is confined just to lay down well-defined powers of different functionaries in the government for incurring expenditure from public funds. But we will see in course of these 8 talks that the mandate of General Financial Rules 2017 is very wide in its application and extends to cover almost all aspects of disciplining the financial and budgetary control in government spending. Let me introduce in brief the broad mandates of GFRs 2017. The first set of instructions under the GFRs 2017 include general system of financial management such as principles relating to expenditure and payment of money, reporting and management of defalcation and losses of public monies, revenue, stores and government property, submission of government accounts and various records and information for audit. The second set of such instructions include budget formulation and implementation, including control of expenditure against the budget. These are in fact to meet the requirements of the Parliament as the executive is answerable to the Parliament. By virtue of the provisions of Article 150 of the Constitution, the accounts of the Union government have to be kept in such form as the President may, on the advice of the C&AG, prescribe. Accordingly, the third set of instructions relate to preparation and presentation of accounts of the Union government, form of accounts, principles of accounting, responsibility of departmental officers, etc. Government makes huge expenditure on public works such as on new constructions, site preparation, additions and alterations to existing works, special repairs to newly purchased or previously abandoned buildings or structures, works to add value to existing assets, etc. To address issues relating to such expenditure on public works, GFRs 2017 incorporate provisions. GFRs 2017 also incorporate detailed provisions regarding procurement of goods and services, inventory management, contract management, union government's expenditure on grants in aid and loans, budgeting and accounting for externally aided projects, government guarantees, etc. GFRs 2017 also make provisions regarding miscellaneous subjects such as establishment-related various expenditures, debt and miscellaneous obligations of government, security deposits, transfer of land and buildings, charitable endowments, financial arrangements between central government and local bodies, contingent and miscellaneous expenditure, etc. I have already mentioned GFRs 2017 not only contain more than 300 rules, they also contain 12 appendices and 26 forms. These 26 forms are named as GFR1, GFR2, GFR3 and so on. I will explain appendices and forms of GFRs 2017 in exclusive talks on them. Last but not the least, for a proper understanding of GFRs, certain articles of Constitution, namely Articles 109, 110, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 149, 150, 151, 258, 258A, 266 within bracket 1, 266 clause 2, 267 clause 1, 283, 284, 229, 294, 295, 298, 299 clause 1 would be essential. Therefore, my request would be to go through these constitutional provisions prior to embarking on GFRs 2017. Reading of Contingency Fund of India Act to 1950, Contingency Fund of India Rules 1952, Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003, and rules framed thereunder would also be essential. With this brief account regarding GFRs 2017, I would like to conclude my first talk. In my next talk, I will cover first two chapters, which contain topics such as definitions and general system of financial management. That is up to the rule 41. I thank you for patient listening.